if I speak of the Indian Armed Forces who are battle ready to teach Pakistan a lesson, the Indian Air Force that carried out a war drill called Aakraman. The exercise that involved frontline fighters, Rafales and Su-30 MKIs, MiG-21, sending out a strong warning to Pakistan. Our senior executive editor, Madhavdas G explored how India can make Pakistan pay for its doings and how Pak terror camps and other targets are well within the reach of our Indian forces.
Various Indian Air Force bases, of course, as far as different parts of India are concerned. There is, of course, Ambala, where, in fact, our Rafales are. Batinda as well, there is an Air Force station which is very close, in fact, to the international border. There is Pathankot and Hadwara that were just mentioned over there, where there are, of course, all sorts of aircraft that are present as well. When you talk about the targets in Pakistan, we're talking about the possibility, if India chooses to strike as far as the ISI headquarters in Islamabad is concerned, it's 511 kilometers from the Ambala Air Force Station. The Ambala Air Force Station is also, of course, 502 kilometers from the Pak Army General's headquarters there in Rawalpindi. The Punjab Provincial headquarters is, of course, also about 264 kilometers from the Ambala Air Force Station, and of course other such targets as well that we'll be looking at, primarily in POK as well, from where, of course, all the terror has been emanating. We'll quickly take you through all of these aspects, but let me introduce our guest. Joining us at the moment with us is Colonel Tej Tikku, retired defense expert. Group Captain UK Debnath is a retired defense expert with us. Air Marshal Sanjeev Kapoor is also with us, and Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni also joins us on the show. Let me start with you first. Group Captain Debnath, to actually look at these targets, we don't know what the government is actually planning, but these are some of the highest value targets that one would imagine as far as Pakistan is concerned. Of course, we know that POK is where terror emanates from, but if we do need to actually strike at these targets, India, particularly now that we are armed with the Rafale and the Scalp missile, do we really need to go into Pakistan? Or does our current military hardware ensure that we can stay very well within our own airspace and launch an attack on Pakistan?
Oh, definitely. As far as POK is concerned, we can easily go up to our LOC and launch our weapons from there. Rafales are there, Sukhoi 30 are there, Scalp missile, you said, it can hit an enemy target up to a range of 300 kilometers. So definitely, if there are political compulsions and not to go into Pakistan proper, we can stay this side of LOC and fire Scalp type of weapons which will go and penetrate the targets assigned to us. It must be said, targets are assigned to Indian Air Force in such a critical small surgical strikes will be cleared by Government of India by NSA Secretariat. Yes. And I must tell you that legally POK remains part of India. So we can, if required, we can penetrate, go and enter POK, because as per all international norms, POK remains part of India. And it is our prerogative to use all means at disposal of Government of India to control any unwanted mischievous elements within our territory.
All right. Let me also bring in Air Marshal Dr. Sanjeev Kapoor. Air Marshal Sanjeev Kapoor, in terms of India's options when it comes to striking as far as Pakistan is concerned, number of options that are on the table. We will not second guess what the government can do. We are only showing what are the possible options. Of course, there are many more, but just in terms of the top targets as far as India is concerned, in your view, if we are going to carry out an air-based operation, how would you see that happening, and how are we better prepared than, for instance, when we struck as far as Balakot is concerned?
See, it will be a conjuncture at this stage to guess what and where and when we would strike. These decisions are never discussed in open, and I don't think so any one of us on the TV are well informed or capable of commenting on that. Needless to say, 2019 was the last when we had a skirmish of Balakot. A lot of water has flown in since then. We have better prepared in form of tactics. We've done a lot of tabletop and actual exercises. Our weaponry has improved. The arsenal has Rafales which are not there in 2019. A lot of upgrades have taken place. The next thing which our viewers should keep in mind is the two ongoing conflicts of Russia, Ukraine and Israel, Hamas has brought in a new paradigm to war fighting. Before these conflicts began, which Russia-Ukraine war is now over 1,000 days old, the concept was that all wars were going to be short and swift wars. It was perceived that the international community will then intervene and the war or some ceasefire kind of a thing can happen. Now, once we have seen that the wars are prolonging more than 3 years, even the Israel-Hamas war, which started on 7th of October 2023, nearly 1.5 years, and is ongoing. This brings in challenges of logistics, weapons, petrol, oil, gases, rotables, space, supply chains. Also, we have seen the usage of space-based applications and drones in a big way. The tactics used during the Russia-Ukraine war, every week the tactics are changing. So I'm sure all these topics as we speak are being discussed in our war rooms to see as to how we can adapt the lessons from these campaigns and be better prepared to take on the enemy.